Yo, what's good in Lodi? How's everybody doing today? You guys are all having a fantastic day. As always, welcome to my tech channel. Yes, I know. It's weird. But this is something I've been always wanting to do for a long time because I love talking about tech and I love giving my honest review on products. Because I feel in this world it's very hard to get honest reviews on some. Not saying everybody lies about them, but I feel like it's very hard to do digging and finding honest reviews where people weren't sent the product or things of that nature. Now, today's video, we're going to be talking about the Scuf Reflex. This is the FPS one, I believe. Now, I will throw up gameplay of me using it with the hand cam. Yeah, you guys will see I'm playing Claw. Do not play Claw. If you guys do not play Claw, don't start because you see everybody else doing it. It is bad for your hands. It is actually terrible. There's a lot of health problems when it comes to it. Don't do it. Buy a pro controller. Okay? Don't care what pro controller you buy. Just don't. All right? You can also just play default and you can make it work. You just have to adapt. I swear it's possible. Anyway, besides that. So, now let's talk about the controller and all the few things that I like and dislike about the controller. First things first, the triggers on the controller. I do like the digital tap triggers that this comes with. They're really nice, genuinely. I love the feeling of them, and they're very responsive, very quick to actuate, and they literally do what they're supposed to do. There's no problems with it in that aspect of them doing what they're supposed to do. The problem that I have is my L2 and R2, or LT and RT, depending on what console you play, broke. It broke within a year and a half. A little bit less, but give or take about that time, which is kind of insane, and it's going to cost me upwards of $80 to $100 to get it fixed. It is not covered under warranty, even though it is a common problem with that controller. So if you guys are buying digital tap triggers in any of their controllers from Scuf, that is a very common issue of them breaking. Now, I've seen it mainly predominantly with the PS5 controllers, so I'm not 100% sure on the other ones, but take it with caution, period. Because there's a tiny little U bracket or something that they use to actuate literally the digital tap itself that it kind of just wears out. So yeah, $300 controller, by the way, and they can't manufacture a proper piece for that. I digress on that. Now, next thing is that being the faceplate. Faceplate's cool. I love the custom designs you can get with these controllers. I really do. That's my favorite thing about Scuf, is that. Now, these are the little bottom piece. I don't know exactly what this is called, but the bottom piece where your mic goes in and everything like that. It is removable. It's removable so that way you can put on the joysticks or change the joysticks, whatever you prefer. I use one dome and one concave because I use a control freak. It's just a standard PS5 controller with cool print. Now, the joysticks on this controller are very interesting, honestly. They're not bad by any means. They're actually relatively good. I haven't had any stick drift problems yet, considering I've been using this controller for a year, which is kind of surprising. Normally, with how much I do use a controller, normally within 6 months, I would already have stick drift. Not super bad, but it's a very common thing that happens. But coming from a PS4 controller that I've used for God knows how long, I love the PS4 controller. It's my favorite controller. To the PS5 sticks, I'm assuming it's just the Scuf sticks, maybe not PS5 in general, but I'm not sure. I never used the stock PS5 controller. But the joysticks are way more like loose and kind of sensitive, which aren't, it's not bad. Honestly, it's nice, but I will say at longer ranges, being used to kind of more of the stiffer sticks from the PS4 have broken in, which are still looser, but still stiff at the same time. It's kind of confusing, honestly. But coming from that to that, at longer ranges, you do notice the difference. You kind of will notice the inaccuracies that you have. They're not bad by any means. They feel quite comfortable, and they're actually very nice once you get used to it. But there is kind of that grace period. It's like, wait, these are kind of weird. That will happen. Other than that, they're great. No stick drift problems or anything like that. So far, it's just been, yeah, just honestly, it's really about it. Just kind of, they're a little bit looser, but not in a bad way. They kind of flow nice. It's like if you get a SkyPad and you buy a SkyPad and you put your mouse on it, just glides kind of over it. That's kind of the best way I can describe the sticks. If any of you guys know what SkyPad is. Next to the face buttons, honestly, the face buttons are pretty honestly stock, the same kind of mushy mesh, whatever you want to call it. I will admit the D-pad's a little bit more, I don't want to say tactile because it's not really tactile. It's stiffer though. It's stiffer than the normal PS4 and everything like that. It's not bad. It's kind of nice. You can't just, it takes a little bit more force. You won't accidentally call in a streak or anything like that unless you deliberately push it. The problem that I'm having is the share button for PS5 is mine's weird. Mine's like caved in a little bit and mushy compared to the normal start, which is still basically brand new. I don't know why it's like that. I got it like that since I bought it, so I don't know. I just assume it's one of those kind of things of it's normal. I don't know. Now the touchpad, it's same as any others. It's lighter but harder to press. It's confusing, but yeah, no, it's standard old touchpad. None fancy about it, to be honest. So there is grip on the back of this controller. Mine is very worn down. Jesus, especially where I grip most of my controller. Holy. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I do not like this grip. It does the exact opposite of what it's supposed to do. It is terrible. I don't like it. I prefer the older, I don't even know, it's like the spray one. It was super tacky and rough, almost like sandpaper. I love their old one way more than this one. I don't know why we're doing the rubberized grip, because if your hands get sweaty, which if you play any FPS game or anything like that, or live in a hot environment, your hands get sweaty, period. And yes, Gamer Grip, Gamer Goo, whatever company you use, clutch for sweaty hands, obviously it works. But I don't know. I personally don't like the rubberized grip. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be doing, because literally my hands are slipping very easily on this. So I feel it defeats the entire purpose of what the rear grip is supposed to be. Paddles. These paddles, I will admit, speaking of which, my left paddle actually just stopped working, ironically. That's funny. All right then. Anyway, paddles are actually a lot better on this controller than their previous years. Unless you use the Xbox ones, like the newer Xbox ones that were built in. Those old paddles were terrible. Let's be honest. They snapped within 3 months. Thankfully, they came out with the replacement ones where you can just kind of pop them off and put them back on. You don't have to unscrew them or super glued it. Like, pretty sure everybody else did. If I broke a paddle, I just super glued it because it was just easier than spending $20 on replacement paddles. Paddles are a lot better on this controller. They really are. They're a lot nicer. They are very difficult to actually pull out of the back. You have to literally use way too much force to actually get these out, and it kind of scares me because I'm scared I'm gonna break the controller trying to pull the paddle out. So I will admit, if you guys do buy this controller, if you are gonna take the paddles out, you have to use an excessive amount of strength to actually get that out. It's almost terrifying because you feel you're either going to break your controller or you're going to break the paddle. And you don't get replacement paddles. And there's 4 paddles in total, and each one is literally made for the specific place it goes. You can't change it, period. Now you can remap them, of course, but it comes with 4 paddles unless you use, I know some people put their ping on their paddle. I've seen that a lot, at least for Warzone players. They'll put it on their paddle, which is understandable, honestly, probably a good thing to do. So yeah, other than that, paddles are a lot better than they were a few years ago. They actually last longer, even though my one paddle went out, apparently. I guess it's a good thing I don't really use the paddles because I play claw. Once again, don't play claw if you don't already play claw. The connection to this controller, it is a Type-C, and it also does come with, I believe when you buy the controller or you have to buy the Pro Pack, I can't remember exactly, it does give you a 10-foot long Type-C cable. The cable's fine, it works great. It's a typical Type-C cable. It is braided, it does look nice, and it does have orange on it. So if you guys don't like orange, there's a very small hint of orange like around the actual connection cable itself, just to, you know, be wary of that if that bothers you. It does have Scuf branding on it. It does have a little Scuf logo really right on the connection that plugs into your controller. Now, I haven't had any problems with connection to the controller itself to my PC. I haven't any problems with disconnects or anything like that comparative to like my very old PS4 controller that if I move even the slightest bit too much, I basically disconnect the controller. Thankfully, it don't have any of those problems. Now, I will admit, if you move too much, you move too hard or anything like that, obviously the controller will disconnect, but it'll reconnect right back instantly if you just fix your cable or readjust. Other than that, no. I haven't had any problems with the cable coming loose or falling out or anything like that. It's a good thing about Type-C. Honestly, pretty much all products I have that are Type-C do not have that problem. Now, of course, if you use things excessively for a very long time and constantly unplug it, replug it, everything like that, obviously things will begin to get loose and cause that problem. Of course, about 1.5 years I've had the controller for. Haven't had that problem yet, so thankful for that. Value of the product. This controller is $287 and some change after tax where I currently live. That's with my state tax and everything like that. And I'm going to be honest and honest, $300 for a controller that didn't last me. It still works, but I have to send it in to get it fixed. That didn't last me over 2 years is ridiculous, period. I don't care who you are. Spending that amount of money on something for it just for you have to get it fixed in God knows how long, let alone if someone just got really unlucky and it broke within 6 months. You have to spend a third of the price to get it fixed, which, by the way, to replace this, just this rear trigger to get it fixed, the digital tap trigger, will run me about $80 because I have to pay for the shipping and everything like that to send it to them and pay for the replacement part, which is ridiculous. Me personally, it is terrible. The fact that I'm spending that kind of money for something that won't work properly within a year is a problem. Don't care who you are. If you're spending that kind of money on anything, it should last you plenty of time. I'm not saying it needs to last me 10 plus years like this controller did. No, but it needs to last me a decent amount of time to where it's like, okay, I at least got my money's worth in the amount of money I spent on it. Now, as I said, I do like this controller. I do really like it. I love the design of it. It's the Pomage one. I've always bought the Pomage one. It's been one of those kind of things. You know, I love the designs and the styles that they have. It's awesome. And they also have a few new ones like the Envision, which is for PC. Very cool idea. Very cool concept. It's awesome. Same with their Impact. The Xbox PS4 hybrid thing. I love that. So yes, you're getting very unique and one of a kind couple controllers, especially when it comes to their design and art as well. But other than that, man, you're spending $300 on a controller that looks cool. Now, problems that I've had with this controller that were minuscule to absolutely annoying. First thing being, obviously, my digital tap trigger being broken. That is very frustrating and very annoying considering the price of this controller. And when you're spending that much money on a controller, you expect good QC and good things and products, that being anything in it. Now, I haven't actually gotten any stick drift that's really bad. I have probably about the minuscule amount of stick drift right now. I do notice it very occasion, but that's if I flick my stick very fast and it'll kind of do that. I have had a problem where I'd randomly actually just kind of, honestly, if you guys ever used the Logitech G Pro where you'll randomly do a 360 and stare up in the sky, I had a very similar thing that happened where I just kind of randomly started tweaking and looking up to the sky. Had it once or twice. Other than that, no problems when it comes to that aspect. I've had no connection problems, luckily. Apparently now I have problems with the paddles. I didn't even realize that till I pretty much started filming this, which the problem that's happening is this is my A. I can't click it in. I don't know how it happened. Don't know why it happened. And yeah, so, but the other ones work perfectly fine. I can click this one, get a response and everything, no problem. But this paddle, no. So, all right. I guess look out for your most used paddle probably going out at some point as well. I understand it's bound to happen because at the end of the day, it is just a button. You use a button a lot, it'll go out. Still a fact. Only a year and a half old, pretty much. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching this video. Of course, this is my honest review. I will let you know I am not sponsored. This controller is not sent out to me. No fancy gimmicks, no nothing. I bought this controller with my money out of my pocket to use it. Why did I buy it? Because I wanted a pro controller and I always wanted the Pomage one of this one. I haven't bought the new one, so I wanted this. That is a few things to look out for. Is watch out for the digital tap triggers because that seems to be a very, very common issue of them going out and you have to spend basically a third of the price to get them fixed. They're ridiculous. I have seen some people actually talk about some of the buttons, the paddles going out. Even someone has snapped their paddle. I don't know how they managed to do that. But I haven't had the snapping problem. But I had heard people actually talk about their main paddle going out, like completely stop working, like period. Don't know why, I just did. And then some people talk about they've actually gotten really bad stick drift and connection issues with them. So like I was talking about, where it kind of starts spinning you and looking up at the sky. People have had that way worse to where it kind of just stopped registering the movement, period. Once again, don't know why that happens, but it has happened. So those are things to look out for said controller. Now, don't go out and buy this controller because you see everybody else have one and like, oh, I need one or all this, whatever it may be. don't go out of your way to just go and buy one just because you see people have it. All right. If you have one of your friends have one or something like that and they love it, go use it. You know, go try it out. See if you like it. Otherwise, I would literally just recommend just buying a default PS5 or 4 controller, whatever one you prefer. And you can buy an add-on pack for it for like 25 bucks. So you'll literally spend a third of the price of this controller to get that one. Or there are companies that make all different kinds of controllers that are relatively affordable, like GameSir is one of them. If you guys play on Xbox, GameSir's make a really good one that, you know, you can buy on TikTok for no more than 30 bucks. And it's phenomenal from what everybody tells me and the people that have used it. Yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully it was helpful, and hopefully this allows you guys to understand and look at things a little bit differently when it comes to this controller. Once again, no hate on the company, nothing like that, no ill intent, no ill will or anything. Just my honest opinion on spending basically $300 on a controller. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. Hope you guys have a fantastic night, morning, or evening, where the fuck of that. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all. Peace.